Hello, my name is Kaylin and welcome to my channel where we discuss, break down, and recommend movies and TV shows and occasionally other forms of media. And I have a special video for you guys about a show that I have been seething at the mouth to talk about since I came across it on Tumblr in the period costume design realm. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. You see the thumbnail and the title of the video, you already know. We're gonna talk about Magnificent Century. And take it away, voiceover Kaylin, about research that I did not have time to do because I had to film immediately. Magnificent Century is a highly dramatized and 1000% inaccurate historical fictional show, so please leave the show is not accurate at the door. The show doesn't even try to hide the fact that to them, the history is just guidelines. Anyway, Magnificent Century follows the reign of Suleiman the Magnificent of the Ottoman Empire. He was born possibly on November 6, 1494, making him the most Scorpios who have ever scorped in history. His father was Selim I and was not one to be played with. He was known as Selim the Grim or the Stern because he was not afraid to mow down anyone that got between him and the throne, and that includes brothers and nephews. He reigns for 8 years and is considered successful. He spent his reign expanding territory and mowing down even more people until his death in 1520. Suleiman succeeded his father Selim at the age of 25 or 26. And that is exactly where the show starts off. A young Suleiman is bestowed with unimaginable power and responsibility and must navigate how he wants to rule the empire. But with great power not only comes responsibility, but also great pleasure. He inherits the imperial harem, where not only the sultan's family, like sisters and mother, mostly resides, but also the many concubines. And that is where we get Hürrem. Her name before she was renamed Hürrem is unknown. It could have been Alexandria or Anastasia, but we don't know. In the show, they stuck with Alexandria. We do know that she lost her family through a slave raid, and she herself was kidnapped and taken to the Ottoman Empire as a gift to the now Sultan Suleiman. With her legendary red hair, beauty, cunning, and charm, she gained the love of Suleiman and became a longtime favorite in the harem. She rises to be a sultana and a force to be reckoned with. Their relationship comes with all types of drama and danger for Hürrem, and must scheme and fight her way to stay on top and remain at Suleiman's side. Oh, and there's like war and stuff, but honestly, you're there for the drama in the harem. Let's keep it a buck. Now that you're caught up with all the history details, now let's finally get into ranking the characters of the show. For this video, I am only focusing on season 1 because the show is very long. There is a lot of episodes and each episode is like the length of a feature-length movie. See, this is what I love about the show. Like, they're just so incredibly indulgent. The creators of the show is just like, we are going to tell this story with however much time we need. Time? We don't know her. Who is she? How did I come across this series? I found it off of Tumblr. My Tumblr is usually just aesthetics and women's history and period dramas, but specifically period drama costuming. And Magnificent Century kept on popping up so many times that I got curious. I'm just like, what is this show? Where is it from? Like, where, like, what is it? What is it I need to know? Then I Googled it and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then the Google led me to Netflix. I'm pretty sure season 1 was on Netflix. Yes, like the show blew my mind. It was just, God, it was There are so many things about the show that typically I would not like. Like, I don't like, you know, love triangles or love octagons and stuff like that. Especially when it's like women fighting over a dude. I don't think any media does like love triangles or love octagons, rectangles, circles. I hardly find any media that actually does it right for me to actually like it. I don't like when women is fighting over a man that basically deserves to stir dirt in a saucepan, and I especially don't like it for guys who fight over a woman who's as interesting as a piece of paper. Like, I just don't vibe with it. The object of desire, or like the person that people are competing over, like, they're never ever worth it. Like, they're seriously like not worth fighting over. But how Magnificent Century just skirts around what makes that trope so terrible is that there's actual stakes to the relationship, and the women are scheming and fighting over a man that is actually pretty worth it, who actually is someone who is desirable, and it's someone who actually has control over their lives if they don't win his heart. I'm not saying it's right, but it's a whole lot more interesting. Like, Magnificent Century is like one very few medias that actually like do love triangles right. That and The Favorite. Those two are just the only ones that actually does it right for me, as a person who typically don't like the trope. And the show has a very amazing cast. Like, every single actor and actress hits the role right out of the park. Wonderful. Every single one gives a fantastic performance. You feel their emotion. Like, you feel everything. Like, you feel the weight of everything because of these actors and actresses just giving it their all. Just like, the show shouldn't work. Like, there's so many things about that just shouldn't work, but it does, because the creators do treat these characters like people, but at the same time they're also not afraid to be over the top. They're not afraid to be soapy. They own that they are just indulgent, soapy, oh, just epic goodness. Just, oh, God bless these costumes, man. The costumes was literally the biggest reason why I seek the show out. Costume design is just fantastic. The costuming is very fantastical. Like, the costume's not accurate to like anything. Like, it's not even accurate, period. But that's not the point. Like, it's very obvious, like, they're trying to create like this world, like this larger than life world, creating this magnificent empire. And one way to show that is through costuming. And boy, does it. Oh my God, it's just fantastical. It's indulgent. It's gaudy. Like, the jewels, the fabrics, the styles, the headpieces, like the gold. Like, they do a fantastic job of showing you this empire, this is what's up. And also credit to the cinematography, because you do see as the show progresses that they get better and better with their cinematography, especially when entering into season 2, which I'm currently watching right now. I'm currently in what I like to call the Spanish Princess arc. No, not that one. This one. You see them get better and better, and I have been watching clips of, you know, things are gonna happen like in the future, because I can't help myself. Thumbnails, they just be getting me to click on it, and then I do. You can tell that they're just like, we got money now, we finna flex. But yes, enough gushing over the show. Let's finally get into ranking season 1 Magnificent Century characters, cause like I said, the show is long. Like, the show's incredibly long. I'm probably going to do a video for season that I finish, and then once I get through Magnificent Century and then Magnificent Century Kosim, I'm probably most likely going to do a Magnificent Century Ultimate character tier ranking, because I have to. I have to. Like, this is my excuse to be extra. Yes, here we go. Gonna rank season 1. Most of the characters, or at least the most important ones, I am excluding Hürrem's children because they don't really get a lot of screen time, and also they're little kids, so they don't quite have like distinguishable personalities yet. So yeah, they're pretty much excluded, but we basically have like the most important characters. All right, here is the tier list that I made specifically for season 1. Top of the list, I'ma stick beside him.
This is your man.
Yes.
Look at the screen.
That's mine.
And that's
kudos to the show. Every single character is like gray. All of them, like every single character does shady things. Like no one gets off scot-free. And it's also gonna be interesting as I keep watching the show, and you know, because obviously these characters are going to change. So it will be kind of like interesting, like seeing like, you know, who goes up, who goes down, like who goes straight to the garbage can versus I'ma stick beside him. And then we have like, meh, to the streets, and flaming garbage. So yeah, this is going to be fun. So as a stupid, ignorant American, I'm going to try to pronounce these names as best as I can. I got my cheat sheet so I can be respectful. All right, so first we have Hürrem Sultan, who is the sister of Sultan Suleiman. Yeah, you don't really see this character a lot in the show. Like she basically like pops in. The reason why she pops in is because of her husband. I don't remember what the husband do. I think it has something to do with taxes or something. I think it has something to do with taxes. And he's messing up on the taxes, and then Sultan, to the point where Sultan Suleiman is like, yo, you need to knock it off or that's your head. Like Suleiman warns the dude, but the dude doesn't anyway, so he ends up being beheaded. And then Hürrem's like, I hate you, brother. I hate you. That's her, I guess, thing in the show. But yeah, she doesn't really show that much. She seems nice and offensive. Like she doesn't really do anything. The most she has done was basically tell her brother, like the Sultan, off, say like, hey, you killed my husband. I'm not down with you no more. You're dead to me. He was hurt by Hürrem basically disowning him as a brother, and actually made him rethink his actions, like actually like made him want to be like more fair and also a little bit more like forgiving, because he doesn't want to be like a cold-hearted tyrant. But I'm gonna get into like Sultan Suleiman later. But yeah, so I'm gonna say meh. She's not in the show enough for me to have like a strong opinion of her. Like she does have a good moment when she tells off like, you know, her brother, but that's about it. But other than that, she's just eh. Next we have Sadaka, or Victoria, who I like to call the worst assassin in media history. Sadaka, like she got married to some dude who I think was like related to the Hungarian king, but you know, Sultan Suleiman and Ibrahim, they came in and invaded their castle. Sultan Suleiman killed her husband, and then that sends her off into a quest of revenge against Sultan Suleiman. This girl literally spent years trying to kill Sultan Suleiman. Like she had so many opportunities to kill him, but every single time she dropped the ball. So first she works for Valid Sultana, or Hafsa Sultana, Suleiman's mother, and then she works for like Hatice and Ibrahim, and she literally spends that time just chilling, stringing another male character who I'm gonna get to just in a second along for years. Like he has a hella crush on her, and she's basically just using him to like pass letters back and forth from the Ottoman Empire to the Hungarian king and stuff like that. Like she's just so ineffective in everything that she does. It's just I can't with this chick. Like she messes with my girl Hürrem. She messes with my girl Hürrem in her heart. And if you mess with my girl Hürrem, you ain't right with me. So I'm gonna say she's not flaming garbage, but she's for the streets. Like she is for these streets, man. Like just for being like ineffective for years. Like this girl has been there for years. And then when she actually does get her hands on Sultan Suleiman, like she literally almost had him, and like she hesitated. And then one of my favorite moments in the show, like Sultan Suleiman, like he was cool as a cucumber, and then as soon as she literally like hesitated and dropped her guard, he basically WWE body slams her to a table. I'm not gonna lie, man, that moment got me. got me. Hands down, one of my favorite moments, man. I got nothing for her. Alright, next we have Gushing. So Gushing is basically like a little gremlin that follows around Hürrem around and basically does whatever she says, including kill someone twice. Like the lengths that she goes for Hürrem is just, it goes beyond friendship. I am very convinced that Gushing is actually in love with Hürrem. Like the things she does for that woman who literally treats her like garbage, it's just, this is not friendship, this is like obsessive love. This woman is in love with her, and I'm still just like, why? Things that Gushing does is terrible. Like she killed one person, almost killed another one, and the times that she killed people or tried to kill someone, every single time she is trying to get to Hürrem. Like she is trying to get to Hürrem and she fails every single time. Gushing literally leads a path of destruction for a woman who would never do the same for her. Every single time, like Gushing does something for Hürrem, she completely just like, get out. I ain't got nothing to do with you, girl. I'ma throw you on this bus. I'ma save myself. Every single time, Gushing's efforts just basically goes unappreciated. Gushing flaming garbage. Like she is flaming garbage. I can't stand her. Like she is so annoying. Like she is literally the worst kisser. Like she messed with a character that I like. No, two characters that I like. No, three characters that I love. She did things to all three of them. No, garbage. Can't stand Gushing. Anyway, so we have like the Hungarian, I think it's Hungarian King Louis. I mean, so basically he's like the rival, was a rival to Sultan Suleiman. Dude's basically disrespectful to like Suleiman. Suleiman's like, I got something for you. And they basically just go like back and forth. I guess he's supposed to be like a foil to Sultan Suleiman. You know, like Sultan Suleiman, he's in many ways disciplined, and then King Louis, he's basically like frivolous, undisciplined, and whatever. So I guess he's supposed to serve as like a foil of like leadership and royalty to Suleiman. So is he for the streets though? I don't know, cause like he doesn't come in a lot. And when he does come in, he doesn't really do much. Also sends Victoria / Satika off to the Ottoman Empire to kill Sultan Suleiman. Worst decision ever. That girl is just ineffective. Basically everything he does just fails, and in the end, like he loses the war against like Sultan Suleiman. So, but other than that, he doesn't really does anything for me. Like he's just Next we have one of my girls, Maria / Goonie Hall. So Maria / Goonie Hall, I'm gonna keep on calling her Goonie Hall. She's basically the best friend to Hürrem Sultan. I don't think they grew up together. I think they just, met on the ship to being like sold off and stuff like that. Like I don't think they grew up together. I just think they just clicked on the ship to being sold. They're best friends, even though there was like a whole bunch of like hiccups and betrayals and stuff like that, because like Goonie Hall, she had no choice but to sleep with Suleiman, because that's what happens in the harem. And Hürrem, she kind of did something that was very questionable to Goonie Hall, but even through that, Goonie Hall still finds it in her heart to forgive. See, that's what I love about Goonie Hall, man. Like she just finds it in her heart to be good and kind to everyone. Like she is just precious, bruh. I'ma stick beside him. I'm going to stick beside Goonie Hall. Next we have Isis, and she's basically one of the concubines in the harem. She is or was a favorite to Sultan Suleiman, like in the beginning, and then basically throughout the rest of the show, she just hangs out and stuff like that. I want to put her in like I kind of like her. She is just nosy. Like, this girl is just nosy as can be. Like, she knows all the tea. This girl just be up in everybody's business, and she be telling nothing but the God-given truth about everything. I am here for a nosy queen. The only thing that puts her in like and not I'm gonna stick beside her, because she doesn't rock with one character that I love, so I can't rock with her that hard. So I'm just gonna put her in like. My man, Sumbul Ah. So Sumbul is one of the main eunuchs that takes care of the harem. He shares gossip, does, you know, a whole bunch of like maintenance and upkeeping like of the harem. I'ma stick beside him. I'ma stick beside him. I love this character so much. He is just, like, he's basically like the comic relief character, and he does it so great. Like, his movements is just so graceful, and it's just so slick. Like, when he comes in and he just like, Sultana, just like, every time he enters a room and greets a sultan or a sultana, it's just, it just gives everything. It gives extra. It gives extra. It gets swagger. It gives just everything. Just, that actor deserves an Academy Award for life just for entering in a room. Like, he makes entering a room just cinematic. Like, he makes entering in a room a moment. Just, like, he comes in with the joke. Like, he comes in and whips people he needs into shape. He is just, I'm a sick beside of it. Alright, so next we have Machak Che. Basically, he's like one of the side characters that also works, you know, in the palace. I'm pretty sure he does, you know, like court drawings, documenting everything. He's friends with Ibram, whatever. I'm gonna get to Ibram. Like, he's basically like the court artist and stuff like that. Yeah, like, he's, you know, he's very like good-natured. Like, he has a very calm, like, friendly nature about him. He's kind to everyone. Unfortunately, he was in love with, you know, Satika slash Victoria. Actually, like, he was the one that actually brought her, like, in the harem in the first place, because, you know, she got herself into the empire and then basically quite literally fell at his feet, took her in, and like got her into the harem. Unfortunately, falls in love with this woman, even though this woman is still hung up about her ex-fiance that I'm pretty sure she only known for like I don't know. I don't know. Like, she can't love him, so basically she just uses him. But like, the only thing about like this character Machakche is that it gets to a certain point with his relationship with, you know, Satika slash Victoria. It kind of got to a point where he was kind of becoming a little bit, you know, like, I'm a nice guy, you know, like nice guys who are not really nice guys. Like, I'm a nice guy, so therefore you should give me affection. That type of thing. That I was just like, I'm not, I don't quite like that. Other than that, like, he's a pretty cool, like, solid dude. So I'll put him in, like, I'm not, like, he's not, I'm a sick beside him, because he doesn't really do anything that, you know, like, wows me and stuff like that. I mean, I like him, but he's just, he's fine. Alright, next we have Leo. Alright, so Leo is Hürrem, ex-fiance. Like, before Hürrem gets to the harem and basically goes into her quest for power, her and Leo were going to be husband and wife, but their village got sacked and separated those two. Hürrem, you know, gets to the harem, you know, becomes like a sultana, and then Leo, when their little village got sacked, he got injured, and after he healed up, he went on a quest to go find her. And then he finally finds her in the harem as a sultana with like 2 to 3 kids. And it's just like, oh my god, I found you. And then she's just like, that's great, but I'm gonna need you to move on. I kind of have a thing going. I have Sultan Suleiman and my children. You kind of have to go. He's just like, dang. Leo is basically like a tragic character. And you know what? I'm gonna stick beside him. Leo, he is loyal. Like, he spent, at that point, years looking for his true love, finds his true love, found on his true love, moved on, has an entirely different life, and then she tells him to get on somewhere else. We know. And then he's just like, okay, bye. But then things just keep getting in the way, preventing him from like leaving her behind and moving on. Just things kept getting into the way, and then tragedy strikes. But he's persistent, he's sweet. Like, he was willing to give his life for the woman that he loves, and willing to give up everything so that she can have a future. And that's, I like him. I'm gonna stick beside him, man. Like, he is a ride or die. And it's just heartbreaking what happens to him and who does it to him. I'm gonna get to him soon. Don't you worry, honey dips. I'm gonna get to him soon. All right, next we have Gushing. Gushing is one of the main sultanas to Sultan Suleiman. Like, Gushing is basically the OG sultana to Sultan Suleiman. They were together. Gushing, I'm pretty sure like Gushing like had children, but unfortunately none of them lived past, you know, childhood. Sultan Suleiman, because like the system that his forefathers created enables him to just move on to the next chick in the harem, and that's what he does. Pretty sure he like moves on to like Mahid Hürrem, and then, you know, she basically just hangs out. She's best friends with Hatice, and like she just hangs out, just goes about her day. She keeps the title of like sultana. She's like no longer the lover of Sultan Suleiman. That's basically in the past. Like, they're basically just like friends at this point. But even then, like, Sultan Suleiman barely like acknowledges her existence until a couple of times. So she's just like, I lost my lover, I lost my children, I ain't got nothing, so I'ma just chill in the back. Like, she doesn't engage in the politics. Like, she basically like just sticks to the sidelines, just be like, hey, ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just about to go about my day. And you know what? I'ma stick beside her. I'ma stick beside my girl Gushing. She minds her business. She minds her business. Like, she's not worried about the scheming, the politics, but like the other sultanas. Like, she's just worried about herself and being a good friend to Hatice, and then that's it. Like, she just be chilling. That's basically Gushing's vibe. It is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
I'm gonna rock with Gushing for now, but if she goes against one of my faves, who I love more than her, we gonna have problems. But for right now, I'm gonna stick beside her. I know it ain't, Mahdi. Like, I can't do it and pronounce her name because it's so complicated to pronounce. As a stupid, ignorant American, it's very hard to pronounce. The triple OG, Queen Mean Bee before Regina, Mahid Hürrem. She gave birth to Sultan Suleiman's oldest child, Mustafa. So that puts her on top of the food chain. For years, she reveled in being kind of sort of Sultan Suleiman's wife, but not quite really. But because she was like the mother of his, at that point, living son, until, you know, Hürrem gets in and shakes everything up. This character is basically like the main rival to Hürrem. They're constantly at each other's throats. 80% of the show is just basically them going at each other, like going toe to toe with each other, like scheming, basically trying to kill one another and trying to get away with it. But you know, before, you know, Hürrem, like she basically just revels in the fact that, you know, like she is the mother of like Mustafa, you know, a prince. She was fine with stepping over like Gushing, man, but when Hürrem gets in the picture, all of a sudden it's like, what is this? Girl, what you mean, what is this? Because Hürrem, like she sees the impact that Hürrem is having, and she's super threatened by it, and she's trying to tear her down like every single step of the way. And to be fair, she has a point, because if Hürrem gets too powerful, then like it will cause like a stir in the line of succession against her own son. Like Hürrem and Hürrem, they both want their kids to be on the throne, so they're gonna do whatever it takes to make that happen. And that includes killing folks. Before I get into it, flaming garbage. I hate this character. I hate this character so much. Like, she constantly comes up with these schemes and they don't work because she doesn't, well, one, she doesn't have any luck. It's just like, this woman knows she's unlucky, so at that point she should just been like, I'm gonna take notes from Gushing and I'm just gonna sit back and just ride the waves, because she knows she's unlucky, but yet she still keeps on coming up with these stupid schemes that don't work, because one, she doesn't have tact, and two, she ain't lucky. So I'm just like, you might as well just sit your tail in the back. And then on top of her schemes just failing, like her just being like so ineffective, like she does nothing but cry and pout and whine and complain. This character is so sniveling, it's so aggravating. Like, she doesn't have her own power. Like, she basically like just bums off of the power of others. Like, she bones off of the power of Hafsa Sultana. She bones off of the power of her own son. She bones off of the power of Hatice. She bones off of the power of Sultan Suleiman for a while. She doesn't have her own power. Okay, like she literally just steals it from others. And then she wonders like why things ain't happening for her. Well, things are not happening for you because you don't have your own power. She's just so like ineffective and just whiny, doesn't want to like build her own inner vitality, her own like inner strength. And also she's kind of a bad mom too. Like the things that she allows her son to get away with, I'm just like, you're not gonna check that? Like your face, that is some psychotic things that your kid just said. And she just like, oh, that's just him. He literally said he wants to behead someone. Are you serious? Literally everyone is a better parent than this character. Part of being a responsible parent is that you have to like shield your child, you know, away from certain things. And like she just doesn't. She ingrains her kids in like this adult, you know, drama, and it's just scarring her kid. She's ineffective with her schemes. She makes Gushing do terrible things. She forced Gushing to like basically kill someone and almost kill another. So next we have Dai Hatan. Okay, so this character, she upkeeps the palace, make sure that everything is, you know, in order. She's also like the main handmaid to Hafsa Sultan. They've been friends or companions for like years, decades at this point. Yeah, she's very strict. All right, she don't play no games. She don't play with nobody. If you get out of hand, like she'll let you know, you can catch these old hands, man. Like I might not be as young as I used to be, but you can still catch these hands. I'ma say to the streets. She is mean. She is super strict. I don't like how she treats like another character. Like she treats Hürrem like trash every single time. Like she looks like she revels being terrible to Hürrem. I can't rock with you, old woman. Like she's just mean. Like this lady is just so like mean. Like she doesn't let up. Woman hardly cracks a smile except for Hafsa Sultana. Like that's the only time where she might like crack a smile. But other than that, like she's just She's just mean. She's like strict. She treats like Hürrem like trash. Okay, I can't really say for like no reason, but after a while, you know, she could have just been like, okay, I don't quite like you, but you know, I'm not gonna relish in treating you like trash. It's been years, you've been calming down a little bit, so I'm gonna leave you alone. But no, still, after all these years, she's still mean. I can't. I don't like her. All right, so next we have Hatice Sultana. So Hatice Sultana is one of the sisters of Sultan Suleiman along with Bayhan. So Hatice, before the show starts, she was married to like an older dude, but the older dude dies because he's old, so she was left widow for like a number of years. She is in love with Hürrem. Why? Why she's in love with him? I don't understand the appeal, but like I said, I'm gonna get to him. But yeah, she's in love with Hürrem. And for like majority of season 1, she and Hürrem are just basically like keeping their little like love affair, you know, a secret, and it's basically like them being pulled apart, you know, them coming together, them trying to like keep their relationship like a secret from everybody else, that getting out, and then, you know, eventually it leads to them getting married. I don't understand. I don't understand her attraction to him. I hope to God it's not because he plays a violin, because that's literally what Hürrem does on his off time. Like, he goes to like the balcony, and then like Hatice, like she's in her little lower balcony, and she can like look up at him playing the violin, and it's always like that romantic moment of her like looking at him playing the violin, and he's just playing the violin like this sad little tune, and she's just like, oh, Hürrem. Like, she's very like sensitive, very sheltered, doesn't know how to handle anything in a right manner at all. She basically spends majority of the season crying. That's literally all this character does. She cries. 99% of her scenes is just like her just looking, it's just like her just looking down, and then she's either about to cry or she's crying, moping, just sitting there just like, I can't do it. Like, this comes to a point where she doesn't even care about like her own brother. Like, she's just like, but what about Hürrem? Is Hürrem okay? It's just, I can't with her. I can't. I'm sorry, but yeah, season 1. This is season 1 Hatice that I'm like critiquing. We're separating season 1 Hatice and season 2 Hatice. You know, once I finish season 2 and I make another video, then we have some words for Hatice. So Hatice, I'ma put meh. I'ma put meh. Because majority of the show, she legit does nothing. Like, she does nothing but cry, look down, look sad, and cry. Aesthetically, I like her. I like her pretty princess aesthetic. The actress, she is just absolutely stunning, and she's also very good in this role. The acting that the actress does with her eyes is just phenomenal. This woman deserves an award for life just for crying. Like, this woman does crying so well. Very beautiful while doing it. Like the actress is very beautiful, especially like with the costumes and the headpiece and the jewelry that Hatice wears. She literally looks like a storybook princess. I'm shallow, all right? I like Hatice's like aesthetic. Gorgeous, feminine, pretty princess. I love it. But her as a character, like I said, this is season 1 Hatice. Season 2, when I get to season 2, we have words. But until then, season 1 Hatice, just, man, she doesn't do much. She just cries. Negar Kafa, yeah, I'm pretty sure like she is a concubine, but you know, she doesn't go into the Sultan's room and do what it do in there. She also takes care and upkeeps the harem. She's very intelligent. This woman catches on to everything. She mostly helps out like Hürrem, like basically tells Hürrem the tea and stuff, but also works for Ibram and tells Ibram everything. So she basically like spent the whole show like juggling like so many people, like trying to like meet the demands of like everyone and like keep everything like under control. She's also in love with Ibram. I don't get it. I don't get the appeal of Ibram. I mean, the actor's not a bad looking dude. It's just, I don't get it. I don't see it. But yeah, she's also in love with Ibram. I'ma stick beside my girl Nagar. She does her job. Like, she does what needs to be done. I like her. She's observant. She's intelligent. The way she juggles, very demanding, like, people. It's like very impressive. At times she kind of falters, but she always, you know, like picks herself back up and like keeps it pushing. I love her relationship with her and Hürrem. I mean, you know, until it kind of gets a little rocky towards the end because of like other stuff going on. But yeah, I also like love the actress's eyes. Like, the actress's eyes is beautiful to me. Like her eyes just screams, I observe everything. Like, her eyes just scream, I'm on to you. It's just so beautiful to me. And also the actress has like a great like poker face. Like, she knows how to like keep her face calm, cool, collected, observant. I love Nagar. I'ma stick beside her, bruh. And you know, my girl, she got a little spice. She got a little spice to her. If you mess with her, she will gang up on you when you ain't looking. When she rolls up on Gushla and whoops her tail and like, ooh, in that bad satisfactory. Like, Nagar is not the one. When you catch her wrong, you better watch your back. You better watch your back, man. I love this character. I love this character. The only thing that I just don't like about this character is that she's in love with Ibram for some ungodly reason, because Ibram literally treats her like trash. Like, he even physically assaults her and she still falls in love with him. And I'm just like, girl, why? You're better than that. Like, she can get any man that she wants, but she wants Ibram. I'm just like, wait, what is Ibram? I'm gonna get to Ibram, don't you worry. He's almost there. But next we have Hafsa Sultana. So Hafsa Sultana is the mother of Sultan Suleiman and Hatice and Bayhan, and also another princess or sultana that we don't see until like, I think like the last season, because I have seen like clips that other sultana that we don't see yet, like in season 4, I think. So yeah, so basically she has like, what, 4 kids? If I got my math right. She guides like Sultan Suleiman and also Hatice, but mostly Sultan Suleiman because he's, you know, ruling and stuff like that. Like, she's like the main person like controlling the harem, keeping it under control, making sure like everyone is in order, strongly believes in like the order of the harem, loves her children. She loves all her children. She also loves all of her grandchildren. And there was some ungodly, okay, yeah, I know why, but yeah, she also like protects Mahid Viram a lot. Basically because like Hafsa can control someone like Mahid Viram, like she can control someone like her. Hafsa, like, she's, you know, very strong, elegant. She basically like just believes like the order of like the system that she lives in. Like, she completely upholds the system and doesn't want nobody to like interfere or disrupt it. She upholds it to a degree, to me a very absurd degree. And the feud between Hürrem and Mahid Viram, like, she always sides with Mahid Viram because she can control Mahid Viram, but she can't control someone like Hürrem. So she's just like, can't have that. And just goes out of her way to plot against Hürrem. Okay, I'm gonna put Hafsa in like. Alright, I'm not gonna put I'm a stick beside her. The way she treats Hürrem is just, I can't get with it. But it's like, you understand why, because like you can control someone like Mahid Viram, like someone who doesn't go against the grain, doesn't really think for herself, who doesn't really want to branch out, do something new. Mahir Hürrem is just someone who is willing to be complicit to the system as long as it benefits her. Compared to Hürrem, who's just like, I'ma shake it up because I can. Hafsa Sultana is just like, you have to uphold and align yourself to this system or else. But on the flip side, like, she is a good mother, you know, to her children, especially to like Sultan Suleiman, who tries to like still guide him into being a fair, just, and compassionate like ruler. And also to Hatice, stand her own 2 feet. Get it together, woman. You can't just be crying all over the place, man. Like, get it together. Basically, she does all that she can to like make sure that her children are happy and safe. We'll give her that. Like, she is a great, you know, mother, and also like a great grandmother. And she does try to teach them like values and morals. Next, we have Mustafa, the eldest son of Sultan Suleiman and also the only son of Mahir Hürrem, making him a prince and possible heir to the throne. So for season 1, it follows Mustafa when he is just like a little kid. I think he's like, I think it starts off with him being like 6 or something like that. Child, I don't know the difference between like children's ages. It's just kids. But yeah, I think it's like 5 or 6 or something. And then by season 1, he's like 10, I think. A pampered, spoiled, rich child. And it's the medieval times, so he wants to play with swords, do stuff. It's just kid stuff. This is gonna be a controversial opinion, but I'm gonna die on this hill. I'm gonna die on this hill. I don't like Mustafa. I said it. I said it. I don't like Mustafa at all. I don't care if he's a child. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if he's a child. I don't care if he's a child. I don't like Mustafa. First, I don't like Mustafa. I think this kid is absolutely aggravating. This child is spoiled. I mean, yes, he's a prince, but he's spoiled. Like, the things that he says, you cannot convince me that he will not be a psychotic tyrant when he gets older. Just things that he says, like this kid says out loud, I'm going to behead you. I'm going to do extreme violence to you, over and over and over again. And everybody just lets it slide like, oh, that's so cute. Oh, that's so cute. This kid is literally threatening people to cut their heads off. He is threatening, you know, like random people, like, hey, if you don't do this, I can have you executed. And then people think that's cute. People think that's cute. No. No. No, that ain't cute. That is not cute. That child saying that I'm going to cut your head off, that is going to be an adult. That's going to be in an adult. That is going to be in an adult who is possibly going to obtain ungodly amounts of power. That is not cute. That is a warning. That is a warning. I don't like Mustafa. This kid is flaming garbage with this mama. You cannot convince me that he will not become a crazy tyrant if he gets the throne. He is whiny. He complains. It's just, I can't with this kid. I can't. Like, this kid is a little psychopath. He gets slightly better as he gets older, but when he gets like older to like the age of like 10 or whatever, this kid just be doing the most. This kid be doing the unnecessary most. He like mouths off to his father. I will give him this, like, it is very heartbreaking when he sees like his mom be going through it. Like, she be going through the most. It's very like sad to see that he has to like witness these things. It is sad, it's very unfortunate, but I still don't like this child. I don't like this kid. No, this kid is a menace. He is a menace. Especially like the first actor who plays Mustafa when he's like 6 years old. People literally just let him slide because he's cute. because he's like, oh, he's so cute. Oh, he's so cute. Even though this kid said multiple times, hey, if you don't do as I say, I'm gonna behead you. People let this kid off the hook too many times, and I'm just like, nah, bruh, this is a psychopath. This is a menace to society. It also doesn't help that his mom is also like Mahid Biram, who's the absolute worst. So this kid's a disaster. This is a disaster child. I don't like him. Sorry. I'ma stand on this hill. Next we have Ibram. Finally, we get to Ibram. So Ibram starts off as one of the servants in the palace. He mostly serves like Sultan Suleiman. He's throughout the entire series, like he's basically like Sultan Suleiman's advisor, servant, assistant, friend, brother, all that. Like Ibram's basically fills in like all of those roles. First, he kind of like starts off as just like a regular slave who works, you know, specifically for Sultan Suleiman, and then he kind of like rises to being like the Grand Vizier. Came from humble beginnings, coming from a family of fishermen. His village basically gets sacked and he gets taken and placed into slavery, and how he becomes Sultan Suleiman's right-hand man is when they were children. Ibram, he plays the violin, and then Sultan Suleiman comes in and hears him play. The rest is history. They become BFFs forever. They become bros, homies for, you know, decades. Sultan Suleiman considers Ibram as, you know, his brother. I'm gonna go straight into my placing of Ibram. Flaming hot garbage. Flaming hot garbage. I hate Ibram. I don't like I hate Ibram. Before, I couldn't quite put my finger on why I did not like Ibram, but then it finally clicked to me on why I did not like Ibram. Like, Ibram is smug. Also, he is super slimy. He has a superiority complex. He thinks he is so much better than everyone, to the point where he treats everyone like trash, especially towards people who do nothing but try to help him. Like, he constantly treats people he knows he can get away with like trash, but he doesn't put that same energy into like Sultan Suleiman or Hafsa or anyone else on that level. Everyone who was literally like below him, he treats them like trash. He treats Sumbo like trash. He treats like Nagar like trash. He especially treats Hürrem like trash. Yeah, sure, like Hürrem, like from the jump, she does not like this dude. Like already she was like, something ain't right with him. Something is not right with him. And also, he is taking time away that I should be having with Sultan Suleiman away from me. And I'm just like, yeah, you right, girl. Yeah, you right. Sorry, my bias is already showing. Hürrem, like, blatantly doesn't like this dude. Like, she tells him to his face, hey, I don't rock with you, bro. I don't rock with you. Here's the thing. Hürrem in season 1, like, all she really did to him was like give him threat. And his response to verbal threats that did not do anything, like his response to that is, oh, I found out who your fiance is, Leo. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna lure you two into my palace, and I'm gonna poison some Turkish delights, and you two are going to decide between each other who was going to live and who was going to die. All this for verbal threats. Also, Leo saved Hatice's life during an episode where there was a rebellion at the palace. Mind you, at that point, Hatice and Ibrahim are married. And this is how Ibrahim repays Leo for saving his wife from danger. And Leo almost died in the process of saving her. Ibrahim doesn't even give him a thanks, like, oh, thanks a lot, buddy, I appreciate that. No pat on the back, no hug, and a new rug, nothing. Instead, he murders the man that saved his wife over verbal threats. Hürrem didn't lay a hand on him. At that point in season 1, honestly, she actually helped him, especially before him and Hatice got married. Hürrem, even though she hates this dude, she goes to Hatice and just be like, hey, I can help you out with him if you want me to. You want me to help you out, sis? I got you. I got you. Just let me know, and I got you, sis. Just this dude is diabolical. Like, his response to her threats is diabolical. Oh, this dude is trash. This dude is trash. I don't understand what Hatice and Nagar sees in him. Like, this guy is smug. This guy is just, he is rude. He is rude to people he know he can get away with. This guy is just horrible. This guy's just a horrible human being. Like, he constantly tries to assert himself as better than everyone else. That like I said, that he knows he can get away with. He doesn't try that with Sultan Suleiman because he knows if he did, that would be his head. But no, everyone else, he tries to assert himself as better than everyone. He is so condescending to literally everyone. Also, can we talk about when someone goes to him for help, or when someone is in distress, or he did something to someone? His response is basically,
why you bringing up old shit?
He blows people off, tells them, oh, you'll get over it. Don't worry about it. Why are you bringing this up? This dude is so dismissive of other people's feelings. He killed Leo. Then Hürrem reminds Ibrahim that he killed the only connection she had to her old life. He's just like, you still mad about that? He gone, girl. Like, and what's bringing him up going to do? His dismissiveness gets him in so much trouble so many times and does nothing to change his approach. He thinks he does nothing wrong. Trash. There's literally like no power on this earth that will make me like Ibram as a character. I mean, there was like that, that episode where he goes back home to his village and reconnect. I could not get his brother. I could not find pictures. Like, okay, so Ibram actually has like a twin brother, and I like the twin brother way more than I love Ibram. I was gonna put him like in the tier list, but I couldn't find like a picture of him. It's basically the same actor like playing both roles. But if I could rank the twin brother, I'm pretty sure it's Theo. Yeah, I think the twin brother is Theo. I can't remember. But yeah, I will put the twin brothers like. I like the twin brother. Like, the twin brothers like, I'm just here to chill. I'm just here to chill. I'm just here to party. Hey, my brother's back. Cool. Me and you, brother, we finna ride or die with each other. I don't like this character, but I will admit, the episode where he goes home and reconnect with his father and his brother, I'm not gonna lie, I did almost cry. It was very emotional. It was very touching. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if only that moment caused him to be a better person, then I would not have a problem. But this character is just getting progressively more villainous, hateable. Like, this character is so unbelievably hateable. The things that he does to other people is just unnecessary. It's horrible. I don't like him. I don't see what Sultan Suleiman sees in him. I don't understand. I guess I can kind of understand from Sultan Suleiman's perspective because, you know, they're guys. Guys just be guys, and Ibram does get the job done for Sultan Suleiman, but Nagar, Hatice, I don't get what they see with him. This guy is slimy. He is just slimy. I don't get it. I'm just like, these two beautiful women want this sack of garbage? Next, we have the MVP of the entire show, Hürrem Sultan. Child, I'ma stick beside her. I love myself a chaotic queen. So in season 1, Hürrem Sultana is the most favored sultana in the harem amongst Gushing and Manveram. I am gonna stick beside her from now till the end of time. I'm gonna let you know right now, Hürrem, she is going to be at the top. She started from the bottom, now we here. This woman takes risk. She will risk it all for her goals. She will risk it all to be at the top and make sure she gets her man. She goes in the ringer and she's just like, post up. She is a fighter. She will throw down with anyone. She does not care. She is just like, you step into this ring, you finna catch these hands. She doesn't care if you're Hafsa Sultana. She doesn't care if you're Mahidbiram. She doesn't care. She will throw down with anyone and win. That's the thing. Like, the difference between Hürrem and Mahidbiram is just like, when she makes a hit, she hits the target. Every single time. Like, you cannot keep this woman down. Like, every time, like, she gets pushed down, she gets back up. She gets back up and she's just like, oh, you thought I was done? You thought I was done? Hürrem getting away with everything is my aesthetic. Her ambition, her drive, her willingness to risk everything for what she wants. Like, she is not afraid to stand in what she believes in. She's not afraid to like stand like in her choices. She is not afraid to go toe to toe with people that she knows has more power than her. That's what makes her such a great character. Like, she has her own inner strength. She never relied on the strength of anybody else but herself. She believes in her inner power. Like, she believes in the power of love. As corny as it sounds. And does it get her into compromised positions? Absolutely. But every time someone comes at her, she's just like, whoop. She's just such a great, entertaining character, bro. Like, she don't stop. She don't rest. She don't rest. She will do whatever it takes to get to the top. Is everything she does ethical? No. But does it get results? Yes. God, this character is everything. God, man. This actress, man, she is just, I love the actress, man. She's beautiful, she's funky, she's fiery, absolute powerhouse. Just so satisfying to see when she literally comes in and shakes everything up. They're just like, here's the box, don't shake it. And then she takes the box, she's just like, and just F this box. I don't care about this box. F you. This woman's a gangster, bro. Like, she is straight up thug. Typically, I don't quite like female characters like that, but for her, I'm gonna make an exception because this woman is unnecessarily lucky. She's so lucky that I can't hate. Like, she's just entertaining. Like, like I said, she's fiery, she's spunky, she's willing to go against the system, and soon to be like the trailblazer for like other women to, you know, to receive power. She was the one who started the Sultanate of Women. Like, she is the one who started it because she refused to accept what is. Like, she refused to accept things that did not serve her. I stand a true queen. I'm gonna let you know right now, she's not leaving the top spot. She's not leaving. She's gonna be, this is where she is, top tier in the front every single time. And last but certainly not least, we have Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent. The Sultan who started the Magnificent Century. This one is hard. Okay, so Sultan Suleiman, like, he's very hard to place. There's parts about him that I like, that, like, they're strong, like, very, like, strong things that I absolutely love about the character, but there's also things that I absolutely hate about the character. I love him as a ruler. I love that he tries to improve his empire for the better. Like, I love that he tries to be fair to not only his people, but also tries to be fair to people around him. I love that he shows mercy to others, but at the same time, he's just like, do not get it twisted. I will jump on your head. And also he gives people chances and, you know, gives people warnings like, hey, if you do that again, I'm gonna jump on your head. So just don't do that again. And I do love the chemistry between him and Hürrem. Like, their chemistry is just undeniable. Is this relationship ethical? No. Yeah, their relationship is pretty problematic because Hürrem, like, she does start off as a slave to him, so she has no choice but to engage in a sexual relationship with him. It's just complicated. It's just complicated, but you know, we have no choice but to go with the rules of the time period that we're in. So I don't like it, but we have no choice but to truck along. I still do like their relationship. Like, they do intensely care about one another, but the womanizing. I know he has a harem, and that's literally what he is supposed to do, because that's what this patriarchal system tells him to do. This patriarchal system that he was born and raised in, and raised to believe that this is the right way to go, and he just does it because that's all they know. But at the same time, it's just like, it's just so complicated, because like, technically a good leader and a good, you know, sultan to his people, but at the same time he still upholds this oppressive patriarchy, this oppressive like class system, and like he's still like upholding this oppressive, you know, system. And I know a bunch of like history nerds just gonna be like, oh well, that was the time period, you can't just judge people, you know, because that's what the time period. Like, I know you can't always like judge the past with like a modern mindset. I mean, yeah, sure, I get it, but at the same time, like, I'm not gonna make excuses for sexual slavery. I'm sorry, like, I don't care what time period it is. Like, I'm not gonna excuse you for slavery. Like, I'm sorry, I don't care what time period it is, and I don't care about your intentions. If you actively think that you should own people, you actively should go kick rocks. Don't know what to think about Suleiman, like, cause I don't know what to judge him on. Okay, as a person, he's complicated. Like, he's a decent enough person. He treats everyone with respect. Which is admirable. I mean, compared to like Hürrem, who's like not royalty, he started out as a slave and he literally treats everyone like garbage. Anyone he can get away with like garbage. But you know, Sultan Suleiman, like, even if you're just a regular like a non-royal like citizen, like he'll still treat you like respect. He's decent, but at the same time, I'm just like, systematic things are coming into play, and it's just, and then he constantly like hurts my girl Hürrem, her heart. Getting with these women, it's just, I get it logically, but as a woman, I can't, I literally don't know what to say about Sultan Suleiman. Like, he's such, I mean, good for the writers, like, he's such a complex person, everything about him is so complicated. And there is a lot of good in him. Like, he does try to be a good leader and a good sultan to everyone. He treats people as fair as he can, actively. He also like actively constantly reminds himself that he is a human being and not like a god among men. He actively tries to prevent himself from being arrogant, actively tries not to be a tyrant. And like the episode where, you know, he and Hürrem like basically go out to war to defeat the Hungarian king, like King Louis or whatever, after the war ended in like 2 hours, and he goes into his little like war camp, and then he's looking himself in the mirror and he's just feeling himself. He's just like, yeah, I did that. He's just like, yeah, I did that. I did that. You see that? I did that in 2 hours. Name me one person who did that in 2 hours, bruh. I did that. And then like he stopped, and then he thought and reflected on himself, and he's just like, wait, no, no, I can't let this go to my head. I can't let myself be arrogant. I can't let myself become a person that I don't want to be. And I love the scene where he actually like digs a hole for himself, like it's his grave, and then he sleeps in it to remind him that he is still human, and no matter what, he sooner or later he's gonna end up in that grave. And he did that to like humble himself, like trying to prevent himself to being like an evil tyrant. I respect that. I respect that so much. It's just like all the other like systematic things like coming into play, and the things that he does uphold, you know, that basically oppresses people. It's just and then like bringing other women, bringing other women when there's like Hürrem, like when there's like I'm with Hürrem. I'm aligned with Hürrem. I side with Hürrem. I ally myself with Hürrem. Me and Hürrem, we're like this. So I'm just like, you're bringing other women into this relationship. As a woman, I want to put him in the trash. I want to put him in the trash category. But on the logical side, it's just like, he does do objectively good, great things as a leader, as a sultan, you know, as a person ruling over like thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people. Like, I half love him, half hate him. I never felt this way about a character before. It's like strong. I really do find admirable, but at the same time, you're bringing women into this relationship. It's just like these two extremes, and there's literally like no middle anything. I think I'm gonna put him in like, I can't put him in I'ma stick beside him because he bringing other women into this relationship, and I side with Hürrem. I side with her. Me and her, we like this. This relationship, it's me and you. Do not bring other women into this relationship. I sound like I would be a crazy girlfriend, but I swear to God, I won't. I'm not. I don't think I would be. I don't think I would be. I don't think I would be. I don't think I am. I don't think, All right, so that is the end of ranking all the Magnificent Century characters, season 1. I've been waiting so long to talk about this show because I love this show so much. This show is just fantastic. All the episodes are on YouTube for free. If you have some time, then please check out the show. If you love period dramas, if you love drama, period, if you like messiness, if you like extravagance, if you like larger than life world, give it a watch. I promise you, bro, you will get addicted. It is such an addicting show. Well, that is it for the video. If you want more content like this, then please hit subscribe, hit the bell for notification, and also leave a comment. Who is your favorite Magnificent Century character and why? I want to know. I want debates. I want essays on why. I want it all. Well, that is it. I'm going to dance to seduce the Sultan. See you later.